All right, so if you're ready to go for a drive in this Jeep, that's what we're gonna do right here. If you didn't see my other video of this, you can watch it. It's a complete walk around video, inside, outside, under the hood, talking about this Jeep and its history and showing how nice it is. This is a 2018 Grand Cherokee Overland Edition, 6-cylinder, 4-wheel drive. And we're gonna go take it out here on some city streets and freeway streets and tell you how nice it drives, because it does all of that. It is smooth, it is nice, it's quiet, it's my seating position. I talked about on the walk around video that my opinion, Nathan, again, that's my name, and thanks for taking a look at my videos and presentations. Oh, there went the door locks, over 20 miles an hour. I think this handles and rides and drives very, very nicely. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's refined. It feels like a European vehicle, you know, quiet and well insulated, real heavy and well planted feeling, nice materials on the inside and the outside. It's just a really nice Jeep. I'm gonna turn off the start-stop feature for the purposes of what we're doing right here, because I don't like it turning on and off while I'm trying to tell you everything here. But it does get great fuel mileage because of that start-stop feature, to 25 miles to the gallon on the freeway. It's pretty good. 8-speed transmission, another way that it achieves great fuel mileage. There's an iconic Jeep Wrangler coming the other way. I mentioned that on the walk around video, that the grille of this Grand Cherokee is unmistakably a Jeep when you see it. Also mentioned on there, see, there's a Compass or whatever that is coming the other way, but their grills are so weird. There's another Wrangler. Lots of Jeeps on the road. I don't care for the Compasses and the Patriots as much, I guess, as I do a nice Grand Cherokee. I know they cost a little more for a Grand Cherokee, but I just certainly think it's a nicer vehicle. This being an Overland, it's very, very well equipped. Has this nice 8.4-inch Uconnect screen here that I was mentioning on the walk around video. Very quick and responsive it is, with toggling your selections, also mentioned on the walk around video. Backup camera is huge, big, crystal clear display, very, very nice. I like this display. I like this screen. I like how quick it is at interacting, and how quickly it responds to the touches. And of course has nice features, and it's just the right size. It's not ginormous like a Tesla screen, but it's not dinky dink, and it's just really nice. Speaking of Tesla, I like the thick steering wheel on this. Real nice and thick. I like thick steering wheels. Land Rovers have some of the thickest steering wheels, but they're probably the worst cars you could possibly own. But the heated steering wheel comes through the leather and the wood very nicely. It's getting a little dark right now, but this is a nice chunk of wood that's across the top of the steering wheel here, which is part of it being an Overland. Very easy steering. You know, look at this road is a bit bumpy, and this is a nice quiet cabin. Handles the road nicely. It's, you know, another thing that certainly helps in the case of this era and being an Overland and having the air suspension. This has what Jeep calls, excuse me, a quadra lift air suspension, because it's lifting all four corners, I guess, just like their quadra drive 4-wheel drive system, all four wheels. That's a new Atlas in front of us. Looks like a Lincoln. the air suspension is very nice and provides a really nice ride. And I showed in the walk around video, there's the car that I just mentioned you wouldn't want to own, Range Rover, worst thing you could possibly own. Air suspension is very easy to use right here and adjust and go up or down. You can't drive it at the off-road heights, you know, at road speed, but the air suspension certainly lends to its overall nice ride and drivability for sure. A little busy right now. Nice acceleration, even though, you know, some people, oh, I gotta have a V8. This 6-cylinder does. This engine is proven, same engine that's used in a lot of the Chrysler and Jeep platforms, and it's very proven, and it has real nice power. Plenty of power, I say. You know, V8 power for towing, sure, but for everyday purposes and driving around town, this does very, very well. Tires are in great shape on this. They've been replaced. They're not the originals. You can see here the mileage is only 61,000 miles. These are not the original tires. They have been replaced once. They're nice Bridgestones that are on here. Brakes are very, very nice and clean and smooth, also having been replaced from original. I mentioned on the walk around video that this Jeep has spent all of its service visits at a local Jeep dealer, and it is all documented on the Carfax. So very nice and well cared for. A one owner, if I haven't said that already on this video, a one owner. Look what's in front of us, another white Jeep Grand Cherokee, but that's a limited. Nothing against a limited, but the Overland shall reign forever supreme over. There's another piece of garbage Range Rover. There's a Jeep Commander. All we've seen is Jeeps and Land Rovers. The Overland trim, there's a Cherokee. The Overland trim is superior of all, the most expensive trim that they offered. Probably still some other standalone options that this one may not have, but it is very much at the top of the food chain. I mentioned on my walk around video that they didn't even offer a Overland back when the Grand Cherokee was first unveiled. But while we're at this red light again, this is the original window sticker for this very vehicle. So $50,000 when it was new. I showed this in the walk around video, but yep, that's it right there. And it's a bit dark right now, so it may appear black in here, but this interior is in fact brown. There's the seat color right there. You can see the brown seat. I am looking out front while I'm showing you this. Brown with brown everywhere. You can see the black molded floor mat to see the contrast of the color, but this is a dark chocolate brown, espresso brown interior. We're heading towards the freeway. I'm going to take you out on the freeway for 4 or 5 miles. So if you want to fast forward a little bit from this point, I'm just going to continue to record because it's kind of the route that I need to travel to get to where I want to get to show you the freeway driving. It drives absolutely perfect in all speeds, city or freeway driving. Smooth, straight, nice, no funny noises, no brake pulsation, no shimmying in the steering wheel. This Jeep is just nice all the way, but that's what you would expect from a one-owner vehicle that's been well cared for and dealer serviced. And all right, bye-bye. by. We just lost 2 people. Now we can go. There we go. I like the display on the screen here. I was mentioning on the walk around video that I like personally and enjoy this display. There's a lot of functionality to this display, a lot of menu stuff you can toggle through here. But quickly, when you one click left on the steering wheel, you have a digital speedometer. So I am looking out front while I show this. So you can look at it like that, or you can look at it like that, which is kind of nice. I like to look at a traditional speedometer, but sometimes when your eyes are tired or such, you may want to look at the digital speedometer. A lot easier to quickly see your speed. Very nice ride, very comfortable seat, at least for me and my body type and structure. I'm about 6 foot or 6'1", depending on the day, and about 180 pounds, and I am very comfortable in this seat. I find it to be supportive and nice on my bottom and my back. Of course, heated seat is wonderful. It feels nice on your back if you enjoy that. Visibility, I think, is pretty good. The pillar here is a little big, but I think it's also making me feel that way because this particular Jeep has these visor guards on the outside, which make that pillar feel just a little bit thicker. But it is a good visibility and good seating position. Of course, the panoramic sunroof feels nice to look up at the sky and see that. These front 2 windows are tinted on this particular Jeep, so it's a little bit darker inside the cabin than it would be if these front 2 windows weren't tinted. But overall, I like it. It's thumbs up to Jeep for a nice job of engineering and a far cry. As I mentioned on the walk around video, my parents had a lot of Jeep Grand Cherokees in the early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, several of them, and they were all nice. They were great vehicles, but this is like night and day difference between what they were then. Although I didn't think to talk about this on the walk around video, but I'm just going to talk about it right now while we make our way to the freeway. I personally owned for several years one of the coolest, in my opinion, it's not for everybody, but I do have some photographs of this vehicle. I should interject on this video. I personally owned a 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee Orvis Edition. So if anybody's listening and you want to comment if you know what I'm talking about, or you had one, or you know what it is, it was just a package deal, but it was really standout because they only came in one color. I'm 99% sure I'm correct in what I'm about to say. I believe it was called Moss Green Pearl. And there was red accents throughout the inside and the outside. And then mine had a limited, the 1987, it was the same wheel as the limited, but instead of the inserts being painted gold, they were painted the dark moss green to match the body color. And then the interior was beige with the green seating surfaces and the red piping around the outsides. It was just really neat, and it had an Orvis badge on the outside and throughout the car, and some embroidery on the seats and things, and on the spare tire in the back. It was really neat. I owned that Jeep for many years. It had well over 100,000 miles, getting closer to 200,000 miles, when I had someone basically pry it out of my hands and tell me they weren't going to take no for an answer for buying it from me. But I had many years with it. It was a V8, and it was the quadra drive, so it was the 4-wheel drive all the time, and it was a V8. and of course didn't get anywhere near the fuel mileage that this does, and didn't ride anywhere near as comfortably as this does, or have all the modern features and amenities. But it was a really good looking Jeep, and my particular Jeep, the one I'm speaking of, had a brush guard, or a push bar, or whatever you want to call it, on the front, and it had the tail light guard lenses on the rear. So it was just really tough looking. They had I don't remember if it was up country or rough country. I think it was rough country suspension, factory, on those Orvis editions. Anyway, if you're listening to me talk about this and you want to leave a comment to anything about it, feel free. And speaking of comments, whatever you'd like to comment about, feel free. I'd love to read it and hear about it, hear anything you want to say. I enjoy getting feedback from everyone on anything you'd like to comment, to add to, or possibly correct me on if I say something out of line or that's not correct. Usually think I'm pretty correct, but that doesn't mean I can't make a mistake. I wanted to point out, when you're driving and someone's in the blind spot, of course, that car just moved. The yellow triangle that you'll see appear in the mirror over here, probably while I'm driving, that's blind spot monitor. And here we are at the freeway, so we will go down here a few miles and a few miles back. This is the route that I prefer to go. Although I'm seeing we're gonna go this way. Oh, I just went through a red light and I shouldn't have done that, but we're gonna go this way because I'm seeing that the traffic is backed up there, and I don't want to deal with that. That's the route that I usually do prefer to go, but you know what? Today we'll do something different. We'll go this way. So hopefully the traffic is clear this way. I think there's some construction the other way, which is why it's probably backed up in the time of day that it is right now. And we'll go this way, and we'll go west and come back east instead of going east and coming back west. Another thing I wanted to point out, that I pointed out on the walk around video, there are steering wheel audio and advanced controls on the back of the steering wheel. I think it's great placement and very sensible. I like them, always have, on Jeep and Chrysler, Dodge vehicles that have had them. Very simple buttons, but very easy to use and very intuitive once you get used to it. I really, really do like them, and I think it's smart to be on the back side instead of the front, where you have to look down to look at which button you're pushing. Once you get used to using these, it's just kind of muscle memory from there. And I also commented on the walk-around video that they've been putting those buttons, that the first year that the Grand Cherokee anyway had those buttons, I believe, was 1996. So it's been around for quite some time, obviously proven successful if they've been around for so long. So here we are, 65 miles per hour, smooth and nice. You can see on our air suspension, it says here Aero, if you can see that, A-E-R-O, Aero. So the car will automatically, lower down at freeway speed to minimize the drag and maximize the fuel economy. So pretty nice on that notion. So there we are, 70, almost 5 miles an hour. You can see how clear and clean and straight the steering wheel is. Perfect. No pulling or anything strange. Let's see, we'll go this way. Very, very nice. Quiet. Look at that, almost 80 miles an hour. I should probably slow down because the speed limit's not quite that, but I want you to see it at all speeds there. Smooth and nice. Just a comfortable ride. Look at, and almost with that, you know, it's another advantage and another way that newer cars get such great fuel mileage. At almost, what, 75 miles an hour right there, the tachometer's at 2,000 RPMs. And it's doing that by the 8-speed transmission. So it's in the final drive gear all the way down, and it's at very low RPMs at traveling at freeway rate of speed, which certainly, you know, maximizes fuel economy. Just gonna take you all around the Tour de Columbus here. I usually go the other way, so I kind of have a route in mind, but I'm thinking about where I want to go here that's minimal traffic. If you've seen enough, you know, you can certainly turn me off. That's pretty much all we're going to do here. I'm going to get off here at this exit and then loop around and kind of come back the way we came from. But just go ahead and keep recording and talking here. But nothing much different to report when we go back the other way. So easy to drive, and it's just a very effortless, smooth steering in this. Just very, very nice. I am very much a fan of Jeep in general, but I really like this Jeep because of its wonderful history, but I also really like this era of Grand Cherokee. I mean, even if you can't get or afford or don't want to buy an Overland edition or one with mileage as low as this, you know, I still would recommend this era and this generation just because it's just nice. And maintenance isn't terrible, won't break your wallet. So I'm not even pushing the gas down that hard, and we've got great acceleration right there. And somebody turns in front. Great acceleration, and then we're down. See the arrow position again because of the higher rate of speed. So fantastic, as Saul Rosenberg says. Fantastic then. If you don't know who Saul Rosenberg is, look him up. My friend Tom drives a Jeep Wrangler. Couldn't pry it out of his hands. He likes it so much. Likes it so much, just like the folks who had this. They leased it and then they bought it. My friend Tom, same thing. He leased it and then he bought it because he likes his Wrangler so much. But I understand. Green light. I appreciate your views and your watching. Feel free, please, to leave any comments or thoughts or concerns or suggestions or feedback, or maybe a note if you have or have had an Orvis edition. If you happen to have a really nice 1997 Orvis edition, I'd love to hear about it. Try to pry it out of your hands like the guy did to me. I don't know how many of those they made, but I know there weren't terribly many. And there was only a couple of years that they were made, I believe. I think it was 1995 and 1997, I think. I've never seen it after that. But a cool Jeep. this was much better on the traffic situation than we would have been involved in if we went the other way. I don't know why. Well, I think we'll take this exit here, and I think that's good demonstration of driving of this, showing you a little bit of a mix of everything: city, freeway, on ramps, off ramps, looping around. Again, I thank you, and we're going to wrap up and conclude here. I thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate your views, your watching, your comments, your suggestions. Please leave me a note. I'm happy to hear how people enjoy to hear my feedback and my commentary and what I think of a vehicle, and however my video may help you. So that means a lot to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you nonetheless. So thanks, and have a great day, and like I like to say, peace until next time. All right, wonderful Jeep right here. Thanks for taking a look. Get yourself one if you don't get this one, and have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.